video es presentado por el Sistema Ciencia Garza Educativa de la Universidad Autónoma del Estado de Hidalgo. Para mayor información, visítanos en www.uaeh.edu.mx. Gracias por aprender.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Javier González Vargas, docente de la Escuela Preparatoria número 3 de la Universidad Autónoma del Estado de Hidalgo. Estaremos hablando de un tema de suma importancia para el mundo actual, que es ¿qué estoy haciendo para cuidar el planeta? Del segundo semestre de la asignatura de Idiomas 2, Inglés A1.2. Y en inglés eso sería, What am I doing to protect the planet? The presentation is going to be in English because that's the subject that we are taking. ¿Cuál es el objetivo de esta presentación? Describir las situaciones ambientales actuales en nuestro planeta y las acciones que estamos tomando para prevenir el deterioro del mismo. Now, what are some environmental problems that the planet has? There are many different problems in the world, but the most common ones would be that the world has many people. People is like the main factor of the planet and the risk that they produce for the planet. The number two, there are many factories that produce the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is dangerous for the atmosphere. Another one that I consider important is that people contaminate a lot. And finally, also people hunt animals so they can eat them. So it's a really huge problem in the planet. On the screen, you can see different pictures of the things that I mentioned before. Many factories are producing carbon dioxide. Another problem, the one that I mentioned, is that people are hunting animals. Lumberjacks are cutting trees down. That is another important problem in the planet. And this man is littering. So it means that he's throwing garbage on the streets. So the man is littering. Now, what are we doing to help our planet? Hopefully, we are doing many different actions to protect our planet. The first one, it will be to prevent the carbon dioxide emissions. What am I doing to protect the planet and avoid the carbon dioxide emissions? I am not using a car. And the government is creating environmental laws that hopefully are going to help the planet to be more clean. And people are protesting. They are protesting so the factories don't produce a lot of this carbon dioxide. That is really important if we want to protect our planet. What else? Another of the actions that we're doing to prevent the carbon dioxide emissions is that I am classifying the wastes at home. Also, the government is giving tickets to people that litter. That means that they charge money to those people. And finally, people are recycling. They are recycling the trash like plastic bottles, paper, and other materials that can be recycled. In this case, people are recycling. To prevent hunting, what are we doing to prevent hunting and help the planet? The government is creating rights for the animals. So the government is protecting the animals. And people are not buying animal products like clothing, food, or makeup, because those are the causes that people are hunting animals. Now, continuing with this topic, we are going to be working with present continuous. What is present continuous? This tense is used to describe actions that are happening at the moment. There are some specific keywords or words that we use to identify this present continuous. In this case, the words are right now, and at the moment. And as I mentioned, these words are used to know that the actions are happening at the moment, right now. And all the previous examples that I mentioned are using present continuous. Why? Because those actions are happening right now, in the moment. Now, in present continuous and in all the sentences in English, remember we have affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and the questions. Now, to start with the affirmative sentences, and you could see all these examples in the previous sentences, they have a pronoun that, remember, pronouns are the people. I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and the plural you. Then we're going to have the verb to be. In this case, we have are. And finally, the verb in ing. As you can see, protesting. So in this case, we can create affirmative sentences in present continuous. People are protesting. I mark it here with different colors so you can identify better the tenses. Now, let's go with negatives. What happens in negatives? It's exactly the same as affirmatives. The only thing that changes would be the word not. So it's exactly the same. The pronoun, the verb to be, just add the word not and the verb in ing. Let's see the example. I am not using the car. So as you can see, we have the pronoun I, verb to be am, then the not and the verb in ing. So in that way, we create the negative sentences. And the questions, what happens with the questions? Remember, in English, we only have one question mark. And to know that we are creating a question, we're going to change the verb to be at the beginning, then the pronoun, and finally the verb in ing, just as in the example. Is the government creating environmental laws? So as you can see, the verb to be is at the beginning in color blue, the pronoun, that is the government, and finally the verb in ing, creating. So in this way, we can have affirmative, negative, and questions. Okay, let's continue practicing a bit more. Let's practice about the environment and with the present continuous. What are we going to do? Let's talk about the things that you are doing to protect our planet using all the information that we have. The one from the environment and the one of present continuous. Remember to use the keywords and the right structure in your examples. Here are my examples. One thing that I'm doing to protect my planet and my community right now is that I'm using a solar heater. Also, my family is reusing water. And we are not using old cards. Remember, the old cards contaminate a lot. So all these actions, we are doing them right now to protect our planet. Also, many people are recycling the garbage. For example, as I mentioned, the paper, the glass, maybe batteries, so they are recycling the garbage. So these are my examples of the things that I am doing to protect the planet right now. Remember, all these actions are happening right now at the moment. Now, what about you? What are you doing to protect our planet? I want to listen to you guys. This is my bibliography taken from the Make It Real Junior 2014 by Paul Davids from the university. And that's all. Thank you.